Hey, this is going to be my third questions video, because I want to talk about myself some more. So I'm going to try to make this one not 30 minutes, but being real, it's probably going to be 30 minutes. I can't be concise if my life depended on it. Okay, so going to begin. The first one is from Maddie, Cayman Quinn. If you were to legally obtain some exotic animal for a pet, like a tiger or a panda or monkey, and were able to give it a safe and happy environment, what kind of animal would you get and why? A lion. Done. That's an easy one. I want a lion so badly. I want like a little lion cub baby that I can cuddle, and then I want it to grow into a big lion that can give me like big hugs, and I can brush its mane. And yeah, I just want a lion or a tiger, big cat. I don't like small cats, but I like big cats. So the lion. But I can never have one because I can never give it a safe environment. But maybe someday when I'm rich and famous. I don't know how to pronounce this. Ray with a Y. Cadignan. Cadignan? Is that right? Cadignan? I don't know. I can't pronounce words. Talk about music. I've actually been having a wild music just been getting really emotional about music recently because of you, because I love your mix for All the Way so much. Promo, Reed, Ray's, Fic, All the Way. It's All the Way, right? Yeah, it's really, really amazing, and I was like crying, and I had like an out-of-body experience where I was like, is this a fic, or am I reading a novel, or am I watching a movie? Because it's like amazing. It's like, if there was fic Oscars, I would nominate this fic for a fic Oscar. I guess it'd be like a, I don't even know what that would be called. I don't know, but I think we should have them. We should have fic Oscars. That'd be so cool. So actually shouldn't, because then it'd be competitive and mean, and but I just want to give people awards. But yeah, the mix for All the Way is like, I guess, is it a mix, or it's just like the music from the fic is just such a good mix of genre, and it's like really, really fits the feel of the story and the piece, especially, oh my god, that Ella Fitzgerald song. That's like talking about just being friends, and when it came up in the story, and then when it came up on the mix, I was like, oh no, it was amazing. But so I've just been listening to it on nonstop because it has jazz and opera and classic rock, and it's just the best, and I could listen to it forever. But now on to your question. Desert Island, I have access to music, but only 5 albums. I had to like brainstorm this last night when I first got it because that's difficult. And I didn't narrow it down to 5. I sort of narrowed it down to like, oh, I can mix and match these like 10. But probably either the White Album or Sgt. Pepper, or the like compilation album 1. But I don't like compilation albums. I actually hate compilation albums, but 1, the Beatles compilation album, like 1, I guess it's just called 1, is like the best mix of all of the music. So I guess I'd bring that one, even though I feel more passionately about the White Album. Either 4 or Physical Graffiti. Probably Physical Graffiti, if we're being honest. The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind soundtrack. The About a Boy soundtrack. Either Some Nights or Night Visions. Fun and Imagine Dragons, and so mix and match of those choices, and then if I was allowed one more, I would go total fun, not fun, but like fun pop music, and bring Up All Night, the One Direction album, because it is the happiest music I've ever listened to, and it actually makes me feel so good, and it would make me feel really positive of being stuck on a desert island. That's a good question. Thank you for asking that, Ray. I love you. Hannah, Cas and Panties, how much do you love me? A lot. A million. I really, really need to see you again this summer, or else I will cry for a million years. Please come over to this side of the country. Where are you now? Are you still in South Carolina? I don't even know where you are. I don't know where anybody is. Okay. Runs with Nerds asked me, did you ship Dean and Kaz right away, or was realizing how in love they are as slow a progression as theirs? I got into the show knowing already that like it was a ship and that people like shipped it, because my friend Nick got me into it, and I had already been telling him about how I was shipping Remus Sirius. So he was like, you should watch Supernatural because you'll like Dean Kaz. And then, for the first 2.5 seasons, I was like, oh, I see, I get it, like, oh, it's funny, like, they put little quips in the show about it, and like, I guess people could ship them. And I read literally the worst possible fan fiction that made me not want to read anymore. I read 36 Days of Dean and Castiel, which is painful. It's so bad. Parts of it are like amazing and well written and great, but it's sad. And it's like not positive, it's not cute, it's like really depressing. And then I read Welcome to Oz, which is equally depressing. And I read Short Skirts first before even realizing that they were characters on a TV show. So it's amazing that I'm actually here today, 2 years later, continuing to ship them, because I did not really ship them at all. And then I saw The Man Who Would Be King and Let It Bleed and The Man Who Knew Too Much, and I was like, oh, this is a serious thing. They're like really in love. Oh no, now they're broken up. It was terrible. So like, no. What was the actual question? I shipped them right away, like, oh, I get it, the way that I ship a lot of things, but I got really like, oh my god, this is serious, and they're like, this is like the greatest love story ever told sort of situation, about like 4 or 5 months after I started watching the show. So I was not geared up to be a big shipper, and then I slowly became one. Maddie, I have another question from Maddie. If you could travel back in time and talk to one historical figure, who would it be? What's your favorite kind of flower? Would you rather have a parrot that talks or a lark that sings as a pet? I wrote this one down too. I had to write down a bunch of ones. These are people that I hope all these people are dead. I didn't even check. So some of these people might be alive. No, I'm pretty sure they're all dead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're dead. Alfred Hitchcock, Virginia Woolf, Marilyn Monroe, Sylvia Plath, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Barbara Giddings, Lorraine Hansberry, and Jesus. Is that 10? I think I was just randomly counting on fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I could have one more. Maybe I'll go back in time and talk to Queen Elizabeth. I love her. Or maybe Sam Houston or Abigail Adams, actually. No, I would go back in time and talk to Abigail Adams. Abigail Adams. But yeah, I love all those people. And I would talk to them. A lot of them are like, civil rights people or any sort of things like that. I just got really distracted, sorry. But they're not, some of them aren't like my favorite people in history, but they would have really interesting things to say, and I would like want to talk to them about it. Anonymous. What is your favorite place in the world to be, and what place would you... Oh, sorry, I forgot. Maddie had like 3 more questions. My favorite kind of flowers are roses, peonies, and lilies. I love roses. I don't care that they've become... And I hate that because they've become such a cliche, so everyone's like, oh, I don't like roses. I want like a different kind of flower. Like, I don't care. I love roses. They're beautiful and they smell wonderful. And I would rather have a lark that sings. Although you're not supposed to keep them in cages because they sing better in the world. So I don't really want a bird as a pet. They're really annoying. I've had friends who've had birds as pets, and they just like, no, I don't want one. You put like stuff over their cage so that they don't sing all the time. And no, I'm okay. I have a dog. I'm okay. I don't need any more pets. What's your favorite place in the world to be? What place would you most likely go if you had the time and means? Favorite place in the world to be? I have emotional connection to like several different cities, and I've kind of regained my Boston love in the most recent days. So I love the Boston Common in the summer. I love Chicago, just like everything about it. So that's like where I want to go more than anything. I want to live there. I love Love Park in Philadelphia and Old City in Philadelphia. So those are some favorite places in the world to be. I also love my church. My old church in Philadelphia is one of we had a big reconstruction and had like a huge, beautiful chapel now, and it's like echoes, and it's all white, and it's just like and it has this nice, like, beautiful slate floor. So it's just like the nicest place to go if you're by yourself and just like sit. So peaceful. So that's lovely. Yeah, but I love cities, so I love like parks in cities are like my favorite. What place would you go most likely have the time of means? I would, if I had the time of means, I would go on a big road trip around the United States of America. So I wouldn't go settle in one place. I would just like road trip everywhere and see everybody and see all the things that I haven't seen and do a lot of fun stuff. Anonymous asked me, why is Adam still in the pit? I don't care. I said it. I don't care about Adam. What is your headcanon for an amazing date between Dean and Castiel? I don't know. I think they would be the kind of people who would like be doing something, just the two of them, and then they'd be like, "Is this a date?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, this is a date." Like, I love just like the image of them like going out to a bar just like to have dinner, and then like just all these kind of like accidental romantic things happening, and then them being like, "This feels kind of like a date," and they're like, "Yeah, it's a date." Like, Cass accidentally brings flowers, or like he finds flowers somewhere, and he's like, "Oh, I guess like, do you want these?" And Dean's like, "No, no, I don't want flowers," but then actually secretly does, and then it just all be like, spirals off into something romantic. So I don't think they'd be the kind. I enjoy reading fic where they like go on dates and stuff, and like it's purposeful, and like they do the whole like, oh, we're going on a date and we're getting a nice restaurant, and like I love that, it's really cute, but I also really like it's very them to just like not be you know the norm, do the norm, and they would just like accidentally be dating, which I mean, let's be real, they kind of already are accidentally dating. So um another anonymous, name a few of your favorite words. I feel like I've done this before, but I love effervescent, incandescent, defenestrate. I'm sure there are more. um I like words a lot. There's a lot of great ones. I just read the book Elemental, which is like, I'm recommending it to everybody because I'm obsessed with it. I love it, and they use so many great words in that book because they have to like, it really stretches the people who are talking in the book. They have to stretch their like vocabularies to accommodate these like rules. And so there's like just so many good words. I had to like, for the first time since I was like a young kid, I had to like sit with the dictionary or like sit with my phone to like look up different words. So it was great. Sorry for that little segue, and also another promo for people to read things, but I can't stop talking about it. I want to talk about it for the rest of my life. I love it. Favorite color. What time of day do you like the best? Actually, I'm going to tie those two together. What? My favorite color, my non-pretentious answer is green. Also blue. My pretentious answer is and there is a word for this, I just don't know what it is. The I just can't figure out what color blue this is, but I love the sky at 4 o'clock in the morning in the city because it's dark, but like where there's still lights on in the city, obviously. So it like really lights up the sky. So it's like this really dark blue, but there's like this kind of hint of light, like veiling it almost. It's beautiful, and it's like, so it's a very dark blue, but it's not quite navy, and there's a little bit of yellow in it, so it's like it's kind of got a hint of green. So that's my pretentious answer. My other pretentious answer is the color of the ocean because it mixes up blue and green and yellow and gray. Sorry for getting a little grossly pretentious on you right there. So favorite time of the day is like, I really, really love 4 a.m., which is why I stay up late all the time. I also really like 3 o'clock in the afternoon because it's like a nice, for me at least, when I'm not working, it's like a lazy time. It's like, oh, it's not quite night yet. I don't have to like, oh, but I can have a snack or maybe have a nap or like jerk off. What? A word that you like but don't get to say very often. I say all the words I want to say. I am like one of those people who like, I'll say like really random phrases and words, and I'll use them over and over again because I like to use them. Oh my gosh, I'm getting really stuffy. So I would say defenestrate actually is a word that I love that word, but I never really get to use it because like I don't often speak about throwing people out of windows. Gosh, now I look like I'm crying. What kind of fruit trees would you grow? Orange or peach? Oranges grow on trees, right? Yeah, they do. Or lemon, but mostly peach. I would love to have a peach tree. Oh, peaches. I love fruits. And I don't think can you grow like one solitary apple tree, or do you have to have an orchard? Because I would love to have an apple orchard. Oh, love it. Okay. Trenchcoat and Halo asked, maybe talk about your favorite headcanon of Dean and Kaz dancing around flower grounds. I love the idea of them going to like a fair or something, or like a, like a festival of some sort. Like if they ended up settling down in like a town, like if they like, I love the bunker, I love what it is, but like another like nice little Dean Kaz domestic headcanon is like that they would actually get a house somewhere, like in a place where they could interact with other people. And if they went to like a festival or something and there was like children making flower crowns and then they gave them to Dean and Kaz, I would like that a lot. That would be nice. Because I can't really see them making them of their own volition, but like I can totally see a bunch of little kids being like, "Where are these flower crowns?" And Kaz being like, "Oh, they're beautiful," and Dean gruffly putting them on and actually enjoying it because he likes to be pretty. Oh, bait up. So many questions. What kind of cereal do you like? Cheerios. Cheerios and bananas is my favorite breakfast. Like favorite, like quick, every morning sort of breakfast. Is Cheerios and bananas. I like Cheerios and French toast. No, not French toast crunch. Although French toast are good. Cinnamon toast crunch and Reese's Puffs. I will eat Reese's Puffs like in any situation. Like don't even need to put them in a bowl. I'll just like. That was a weird motion. I just like. Well, I have memories of college. Very many memories. Many a lot memories of sitting, like lying in bed, just reclining, and having a box of Reese's Puffs and not having enough energy to like actually put them in a bowl or like eat them. So I was just picking up handfuls and just dropping them on my face, and like whatever stuck I would eat. So I was just surrounded by like a halo of Reese's Puffs. Don't be like me, kids. Are you lactose intolerant? No. And I would die if I was, because all I eat is dairy. And I work in an ice cream place, and all I do is just all day. Do you like pasta? Yes. All I eat. Pretty much. I like talking about food. I love pasta. I just had pasta last night. A sausage. I love pasta. Do you like socks? I do. I don't wear them very often, though. I've had to wear them a lot more than I have my cowboy boots, because I have to wear socks with these cowboy boots. But most often I just wear like sandals. I like socks, but I like to mismatch socks, so. But I get teased about it. Show me all your flower crowns. Shoot, I meant to do this before, but now I have to go get them. Hold on. Here they are. There's 3. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have this one. They're so big. They're huge. And this one is like, has the big. And then the other one is very similar to it, which is this one. Ah, no! Just a different rose in the middle. And it's also huge. They're so big. So then I have, those are the ceremonial ones. This is my everyday flower crown for casual affairs. Yeah. I'm going to keep it on because I want to. I'm like wearing pink today. It's really appropriate. Oh, these straps are not useful. Braid my hair. I can't braid my hair. I'm like the worst at braiding. I can't actually. I want it to get super long so I can just braid it like really easily, but I actually can't braid. I mean, like I know how. I know the like. Oh no! I ran out of hair. That's as good as it gets. It's not successful at all. I actually can't braid my hair. I really want someone to like braid my hair. That's like one of my big things, is I just want someone to like sit behind me and braid my hair. Somebody braid my hair. Who is my favorite Tumblr person? Wait up, that's not fair. I have a lot of favorite Tumblr people. A lot. I have very much friends on the Tumble. Do you like waffles? I'm sorry I'm being so weird. I love waffles. If you ask me, like, I mean, I like most foods. I like normal. I like normal food. That's really the mean thing to say because I'm sure everybody has their own version of what normal is. But I don't experiment a lot. I don't like to mix things. I don't like. The only spicy food I like is Mexican. I don't like. I barely like any, like, I don't like Thai. I don't like Indian. I don't like. I'm not a big mixer. So anything where there's like, oh, here's a mix and it has like vegetables and sauce and meat or something and noodles, like I don't really like that. Even like when I eat pasta, I just like, one thing, and I don't usually like sauce. I just want oil or cheese or butter. I don't know why I keep getting so distracted. I'm so sorry for this video. Do I prefer cooking or buying pre-made food? I've gotten really a lot more into cooking recently, but I still don't know how to make a lot of things. And I'm super lazy, so pre-made food is good most of the time. Can I dance? That is a matter of opinion. I like to think that I can dance. I've got rhythm, but I am like the most white dancer in the whole world. Like, oh my god, it just got so dark in here. I do a lot of like these kind of things. And I like do shimmies a lot. It's really like unfortunate to watch. But I like to think that it's enjoyable for me. I posted that video of myself dancing to One Direction, so you can go watch that and judge for yourself. Wax poetic about Hannah for a while. I mean, I can't wax poetic about anyone. Hannah's like the best person in the whole world. I think I already made a post about this, but I'll just talk about it again. Hannah is like a ray of sunshine in your life, and if you like go anywhere with her, it's like, I like, like the beginning of the Muppets. If you've seen the Muppets movie, where Jason Segel and his like Muppet brother are like walking down the street, and like everyone's talking to them, and like, oh, we're in a small town and everything's so great, and like, oh, you, hey, like that's what being with Hannah's like in real life. Like, you just walk into places and people like will talk to you and smile at you and be really friendly and tell you stories about their life. And like, and I like, when I was with her, we like went to the butcher and we went shopping, and everywhere we went, people were just like, oh yeah, hey, like, oh, tell me, like, oh, let me tell you a story about like me and my husband, or like, oh, my friends say this about such and such. And I was like, where are we? Like, am I in a movie? So being with Hannah is like being in the beginning of the Muppets, which I love. I mean, like, that's like my favorite movie to watch when I'm feeling sad. So it's pretty great. And she taught us all how to make flower crowns, so that's pretty important. And I don't know. We can recite all of When Harry Met Sally together, so that's pretty important. Hannah's the best. Show me your favorite pair of shoes. They're, oh god, they're downstairs. My cowboy boots. Are they downstairs? Yeah, but I just got these new shoes today. They're so cute. So they're my new favorites, but my cowboy boots always be my favorites. Do I wear makeup regularly? Yes. I feel like I always have to. I'm wearing it right now. My eyes. It's mostly my eyes. Like, if I am like concealer is like, I get really, because my face gets so red. Do you like Zubat? Yeah, obviously. Why do you not like him? Pokemon have genders? I don't even remember. I haven't watched it or played it or associated with it in a very long time. But he wasn't my favorite. It was not my favorite. Do they have genders? I feel like they do. I feel like I'm being really offensive right now to Pokemon. My favorites were anything that looked like a dog or a fox. It's like Eevee. And what was the big dog? What was the big like doggish one? And he like, I don't remember. I liked the most, like, I liked the cute ones. I was pretty like, like a girl who likes Pokemon. Oh, she just likes the cute ones. Except I really liked the sea monster ones too. What is like, oh god, I can't remember anything about Pokemon. I suck. Anonymous asked, what is your natural hair color? This is it. I want to dye. I always wanted to dye it. I always wanted to. I always wanted to dye it red or just redder. Because I have green eyes and I'm very pale, so I was like, oh, I could be like a redhead, or at least like have auburn hair. And then, but every time I go somewhere, my hairdresser's like, oh, your hair's so healthy, and I just like feel bad doing anything to it. It's just like really nice by itself, even though it's really frizzy. But it's a nice color. I get like in the summertime and also sometimes during the year, I get like gold highlights right here, and they're beautiful. They like glimmer in the sunlight. Why am I talking about myself this way? But I would hate to do anything to compromise them. So I probably won't ever dye my hair, but this is natural. Oh, natural. I'm just gonna leave it like that. In your Nubfer asked me, in your ideal Dean and Kaz get together scenario, who makes the first move? Probably Kaz. I used to need it to be. This is the journey of my Dean Kaz life. This is going to be 30 minutes. I feel really bad. Journey of the Dean Kaz life is that when I first started shipping them, I was like convinced, done, bar none, Kaz is in love with Dean. Like, that's it. Because of season 4. And probably, and like mostly season 6 too. And I was like, oh, but like, if anything, like Dean either doesn't love him back or doesn't realize it, or like they're just friends. So I was like, I just resigned myself to it. And then recently it's been like, Dean is obviously, ever since season 7, I think, Dean is obviously in love with Kaz. And Kaz is the one who's like, loves him a lot, but like maybe isn't in love with him or doesn't like know. So I would need now, like, I just feel like season 7 and 8 is like a pining Dean fic. And so I need Kaz to like be the one who, well, not that Kaz has to be the one to make the first move, but something has to equal out. Something would need to equal out before anything was going to happen. Because right now, Dean would like never, ever make any move at all. So either Kaz would need to be like, get back into like really super friendly zone, or he would make the first move. Bait up again. Show me the face you make whenever you reply to posts. It's not always elation. Sometimes it is. Sometimes I make this face at the computer all the time. Like my Aziz Ansari, like Parks and Recreation face. But I'm very non-reactive on Tumblr. I just kind of scroll and I celebrate in my head. So go ahead and delete the internet. I'm never elated. I'm very rarely elated. Summon the Monster said, what inspired your URL? I say URL. It's URL. I always say URL and people make fun of me, but whatever. My URL, it's a line from the Shakespeare play, Romeo and Juliet. And it, the nurse says it. She's calling out to Juliet to like get her to come in so that they can talk about her getting married. And she says, what lamb, what ladybird, what Juliet. And I love that line because in Shakespeare in Love, a man plays the nurse, as they did in those days. The men played the women, even though the whole point of Shakespeare in Love is that, like, what happens when they don't? But anyway, the nurse would say it in this funny way. He would go, what lamb, what ladybird, what Juliet. And it was hilarious. I always find it funny. And it, like, gets stuck in my head. So when I decided I wanted to change my URL, I was like, I'm going to change it to what ladybird. What ladybird. And I love it now. I was like, oh, it's probably temporary. And then I was like, now I can never go back. I don't ever want to be coffee and cheesecake again. It's what ladybird forever now. Although someday I will probably change it to fucking hyena children. Because when I eventually stop watching Supernatural and become a One Direction blog, that'll be my new URL. That's it. Those are all the questions. They were really, really good questions this time. Not that they're always good questions, but sometimes they get repeats. But this was like a really good job, you guys. You nailed it. Okay. This is just as long as all the other ones. I suck at everything. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to eat chips and salsa and drink margaritas. There's some awkward dancing for you. I do this a lot with my hands. I do like the framing the face thing, and I like to just kind of... thank you for following me and choosing to invite me into your life as the awkward person that I am. It's super appreciated. Bye-bye. Love you all.